Nearly 70% of the population in India is farmer. Meghalaya basically being an agricultural state with 80% of its population depending entirely on agriculture for their livelihood. Rice is a dominant food grain crop which has been practiced by many people of our state. Beside this, beside the rice, the major food crops of maize, the state is renowned of its horticultural crops also, like oranges, lemon, pineapple, guava, banana, jackfruit, and so on, where a farmer of the state, they used to produce from time to time. They earn their livelihood through farming, daily wages laborer, by selling in small petty shop, maybe at the roadside, and the village, in the market. Out of this, there are small businessmen also, though, who are running their petty business in different areas and different market of our state. Very few of the population of our state, they are in government jobs, be it in government offices, be it in the school teacher, be it in other form of duties that they are performing within their respective areas, in which they receive their regular salary through different departments. So, in this very complex society of us, there is another section of people, another group of population within that do have worked as contractual basis, or working as casual labor, or working as master role in different departments of the state government. For example, in health department, PWD department, PHE department, and other department also. So if we look at this group, in differentiate with the other working groups, working class in our state, there is a huge disparity on the ground of the payment, the wages, the salary they are getting. So, if you look at the amount, now also if we see just recently in the budget speech by the Honorable Chief Minister that the minimum wages now is 343 for the unskilled, 389 for the semi-skilled, 435 for the skilled, and 480 for the highly skilled. Roughly, sir, if you multiply this into 30 days, for unskilled, they will get around 10,290. For the semi-skilled, they will get around 11,670. For the skilled, they will be getting around 13,050. And for the highly skilled, they will be getting around 14,400 rupees. So by looking at this different wages, minimum wage that has been capped, we can see that is a huge disparity on the ground of the payment, that this very important workforce that they have to get, there is a huge disparity within it. So, in this regard, I would like to bring through this short duration discussion. We have seen from time to time different group, be it association of the contractual worker, be it association of the casual worker, most of the time they are demanding for their rights, they are demanding for their wages so that they will get on time, so that they can earn their livelihood and support their family. So my intention to bring this short duration discussion is not just for the sake of bringing it and just to discuss here in this August House. Because, for example, in health department just in Ribhoi district, there are around 80 casual workers, more than 80, subject to correction, sir, just in Ribhoi district, who have worked more than 10 years, 15 years, 18 years also. They have been working as casual worker. where their payment also, it is not regular. So I would like to seek the attention, the immediate address by the government on this issue is that at least they have to be sanctioned on a regular casual worker, RCW, so that their monthly wages, at least it will be guaranteed that they will get in due course of time. So, number two is that if there is any vacancy, we know there is a process of in the DSC for the grade 4 and other posts also. Mostly, many vacancies, they have been intimated to the health, from the health department to the respective deputy commissioner or the DSC in different districts. We would like to see that the government will come up with a kind of solution that to have a percentage to be reserved for this casual worker, for the contractual worker, to be regularized in due course of time. There should be a cap or percentage that has to be there so that they won't be deprived, especially those who have been working for the last 15 years, 18 years, and so on, and perform their duty. We know, for example, as I have said in my submission, in the health department, we have seen the effort put by the casual worker, by the contractual worker. It's appreciable that we salute them. The same energy they are putting on, but they are getting very less pay. So this is the issue, sir, that has to be taken. We have seen, sir, recently also on the education department, those contractual teachers who have been appointed on contractual basis since 2010. Now those who doesn't clear the MTET, they are on the street. Where is their future? That is the issue, sir. We would like to seek the attention that the government will address this issue so that we would like to see that their future, it wouldn't be in the dark. At the same time, sir, through this short duration discussion, yesterday I would like to thank our honorable member from Shillong North also has brought a resolution for the upper age limit. The upper age limit to increase from 32 to 38 for reserved for scheduled tribe. It is important that the government has to look into to see. I fully endorse with the honorable member to see that the upper age limit also, it has to be extended so that this issue can be addressed. At the same time, sir, we'd like to see the plight, the problem of the casual worker, the contractual worker, the muster rule, it has to be addressed at the earliest by the government, and we will look forward that through this short duration discussion that the concerned minister will address it properly, and we would like to see in days to come that the problem will be addressed in due course of time for the benefit of each and every. Thank you, sir, for allowing me to raise this short duration discussion. I will resume my seat.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. So I rise to participate and also to be part of the short duration discussion brought by the Honourable Member Middlebourne's aim, that is related with the CM urge to look into the problem faced by the casual workers. This issue have been reported in the correspondence from the Tura. So the issue here that I would like to brief, that you've already said, sir, that is the problem faced by the casual workers. So the Ashik Indigenous Justice Initiative Forum, called AIJIF, submitted a memorandum to the Honourable Chief Minister that is related with the problem of the must roll. So this must roll, they have been working in the forest protection force on the Daina Dubi State Forest Range in North Garils. So the forum have been meeting with the Honourable Chief Minister, also urged the Honourable Chief Minister to rescue them, to help them, also to support them in spite of with dedication and sincerity for the work there is no enhancement of the salary of the casual workers. So for them, it is a very unfortunate situation. They have been working in that Daina Dubi State Forest Range in North Carolina for the last 20 years. 20 years they have been working in that forest. They receive a pay of rupees 166.60 per day. That if I have only calculated that in a month, it will come around 5,000 plus. So it is a very unfortunate that since the employees of this forest, they have been working for so long, and also that nobody take care for them. That's why, sir, I brought this notice, especially that we feel for them. But as members of the August House and responsible legislators, we are here for the state. That's why that any problem faced by the casual employee in any part of the state, it is my duty, it is our duty to step in, also to raise this issue. I'm very much happy that I can raise of this issue of those laborers working in this village of the Forest Protection Force on the Daina Dubi State Forest Range in North Carolina. So I have gone through about this paper. I could see the simplicity and humility of this casual worker. After they have meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister, even then they have request Honorable Chief Minister that he can take matter with the concerned minister. Because what we understand, according to them, it seems that Honorable Chief Minister cannot take a decision, that you have to speak with your Honorable Minister who is in charge of the forest. I could see the simplicity. I could see that the humility with them. But sir, this state of employee, I must say that it is important from the Chief Minister, from the Honorable Minister concerned, to take care for them, though they are very poor, and also that in the meantime it seems that nobody cares for them because they are poor. They are walking in the forest, going in the morning, whole day walking in the forest area, then go back even to home in the evening. It is nobody cares. But it is my duty, it is our duty, sir, to look for those people who have faced a problem. But my request to the Honorable Chief Minister and also Minister concerned, kindly take care. Specific I've already raised, the Honorable Member have already mentioned the broad discussion for all the casual workers in the state. But I brought specific for this Ashik Indigenous Justice Initiative Forum that is particular in that forest of the Daina Dubi, these casual workers are working. With these words, sir, thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, for the time allotted to me, sir.
Thank you.
So the word casual workers would encompass any other worker under various government agencies or government departments that do not receive the status of a full-fledged government employee. So a few things that I wanted to share and bring to the notice of the government. So firstly, workers in the healthcare system like the EMRI 108, they've placed before the government and the health department a plea to disconnect them from the EMRI to a state-recognized NGO. If that could be attended to, I would be very grateful because it is doable and it can be done. So I am also speaking on behalf of workers in the Shillong Municipal Board, those especially engaged in the solid waste management project of the board. So again, most of those workers are not getting their remunerations on time, and there has never been a review of the skill of these workers ever in many years now, if that could be attended to. So there are municipal board workers who are working at Martin and in the Morgan Civil Hospital. Most of them don't even have a proper work or appointment order. So if that can be attended to, and most of them also have not had an opportunity of a review of the remunerations due to them. So too many workers engaged by the government are disadvantaged. Say, for example, I again reiterate, the MRs in the PWD and the PHE departments continue to have slabs of remunerations which are way under the kind of skill that they have already gained over so many years of workers. the departments have still not been able to zero down on a system to ensure that their workers conform to the minimum wage as discussed by the mover of the motion. So workers in the education department, especially the SSA teachers who are anyways in a, a casual work contract with the Department of Education, inclusive of all of those other staffs that are also there in that entire SSA program. They also, sir, are deserving of an honorable wage, and if that could also be taken into consideration. So the Anganwadi workers, they are also now asking for justice so that government may review the skill classification of most of these workers. So Anganwadi workers very often are expected to also look for their own rentals where they can serve the various government schemes to children. Even those cost of rentals and other issues are still very much there for government consideration, because these children are dependent on the Anganwadi centers to locate a house, a safe house, for the disbursement of all of those facilities as per Government of India schemes. Sir, yesterday I read that the pre-primary teachers have knocked the doors of the high courts for necessary intervention. Sir, very important that these different groups of workforces do not have to be cornered to a point where they will again have to create further complications by knocking at the doors of various courts. So, sir, I again would want to thank you, and I expect that in reply to this short duration discussion, we may have some sort of a definitive idea of what the government intends to do, what the government plans to do. Many of these workforces have still not been placed under various pension schemes, which have become now mandatory as per Government of India guidelines and as per human rights guidelines. So with these few submissions, sir, I rest my case, and I look forward to government giving me some definitive replies on these issues. Thank you, sir.
Well, sir, the appointment of casual workers by various departments in the state is inevitable, sir. It is becoming a situation where appointment of casual workers has become a necessity, sir. And therefore, sir, we cannot but accept the fact that every department can justify in their own way the requirement of appointment of casual workers, sir. Though there is a standing instruction from the personnel department that the departments cannot, or the respective departments cannot engage casual workers due to constraint of funds in the state. But, sir, like I said, it has become inevitable, sir. Though I would like to just suggest to the government that there is a scheme called the Meghalaya Regular Casual Worker Scheme 1996, sir. It is called the Meghalaya Regular Casual Worker Scheme 1996, sir. So under this particular scheme, notified by the personnel department, there is a way how to regularize these casual workers. There's a way how to appoint the casual workers. And therefore, sir, if the government can be guided by the existing rules that they already have, it will benefit those casual workers who have been working for very, very long time, sir. Like I said, sir, departments like PHE, departments like PWD, departments like forest, water resources, soil conservation, sir, they cannot do away with the casual workers, sir. Now, particularly now with JJM, sir, with the implementation of the JJM, we have noticed every division of the PHE requires more manpower, requires more people to assist them. And therefore, sir, I think we cannot say that we can stop the appointment of casual workers. But, sir, while appointments are made, I think the only thing that the government can do is direct the concerned officials to be restrictive, to justify the way that they want and why do they want these casual workers, sir. So, sir, from my end, before I resume my seat, sir, we know that there are different categories of casual workers who are appointed on the 59 days basis. There are casual workers who are appointed on an 89 days basis. Then again, the same person is renewed with the appointment after a few days gap. But sir, let us have a system, sir. I would suggest to the government that let us create a system where such people do not go on and on for years altogether, sir. So there are employees in our state who have been renewed on the 89 days basis for years together, sir. 5 years, 10 years, they're continuing like that. So therefore, those kind of workers have to be taken out, clubbed to on a separate kind of a basis, consider them as regular casual worker, which in short we call them RCW, and therefore, sir, we have to give them that job if they've already been engaged. So therefore, this is going to be a major exercise for the Honorable Chief Minister, major exercise for the Cabinet as well, sir, because all this has to be regularized by the Cabinet. So therefore, the Personnel Department may have to take this rigorous exercise of finding out these kind of casual employees and who are due. They should be regularized and given the regular post, sir. So this is my only submission, sir. Thank you so much for the time given to me, sir.
Thank you.
So on many occasions there have been reminders that our casual employees have not been given their rights. There have been talk about right to full employment, right to fair treatment in the workplace, including their fair wages, social protection, sir, which includes EPF, ESI, safe working conditions, especially for women, adequate leave, maybe parental leave. All these have been in the talk and in circulation, sir. However, without proper adequate legislative measures, many of these rights have been trampled and our casual workers have suffered and lost hope in the system, sir. Sir, I have a few suggestions, sir. Nowadays, sir, the government is putting up many societies, especially for implementation of the central programs like the MGNRGA, the NHM, NRLM, and our state programs also, the IBDLP. Many of our youths are working in these societies and organizations. Why don't we give them recognition, sir, that their experience in these government institutes and government institutions and government offices, they'll be taken as government service and their age do not suffer if they have to apply for any government job. So that part of service or that part of experience that they already have in their life, that becomes part and parcel from the day that they get appointed in government. That is also given due recognition as and when, if suppose they get employment on the in any government job, maybe full-time as a government employee. So the MRI workers, Madam from Shillong East has already stated in her submission the problems that they face and how their fate now hangs in balance. It is learned that the contract is also coming to an end by this month. So perhaps we need strong decisions in such important services, sir. And we have the Tourism Development Corporation, sir, in Umiam, where the employees have served for more than 10 years, 15 years, but then they have not got any formal contract nor recognition of their services, except for the unskilled and skilled wages that they are getting because of small increments that happen. These are the problems, and even though in MTDC sometimes there's overtime, but then they do not get any kind of emoluments considering the amount of effort that they put in. The ASHA workers, the pending dues have been talked about from time to time, sir. Yesterday they have put in another demand for fixed honorarium of 7,000 rupees.
safe working conditions for Ashas and Anganwadis. Recently, there were cases where Ashas also have been, threatened because of the services they render in our villages. The safe working conditions also should be there. Sir, one concern is that, sir, in most of the institutions, if a person is employed on an unskilled basis, in spite of so many years of service, they do not get any kind of facility or a kind of system that will upgrade them from the unskilled to skilled. Perhaps if they have worked 5 years as unskilled, won't it be possible, sir, to now raise their wages from unskilled to skilled because of the experience that they already have? Sir, the suggestions would be, sir, that we should have standardized formats for all the appointments, sir, either on contract or on casual basis, so that these formal appointments will lay down the basic terms and conditions of salary, benefits, the EPF, ESI, and especially the leave, sir, parental leave that is, should be given to them. So a helpline, the other day also I was stressing on a helpline within the Labour Department so that they can address any kind of concern, because some employees may not come forward to place a formal complaint. But then if a helpline is there, that can guide them, that can give them some assistance, and also to oversee that the working conditions in all the sectors, whether public or private, they adhere to the laws and minimum wages. That helpline will be helpful, sir. And sir, an appellate authority can be there, sir, or a tribunal for disposal of all the complaints, as the employees cannot afford litigation, sir. So these are a few suggestions, sir, to help to streamline the entire system. At least better working conditions can come, and the right to full employment and various other rights can be restored, or perhaps a lease of hope can be given to our casual employees and contractual employees, sir. These are a few suggestions from my side, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, this short duration discussion is specifically pertaining to a newspaper article that came out in the Shillong Times dated 17th of December 2020, wherein, sir, a memorandum was submitted to the Honorable Chief Minister by the Achak Indigenous Justice Initiative Forum to look into the various problems being faced by the muster-roll laborers of the Village Forest Protection Force under the Dainadubi State Forest Range in North Garo Hills, sir. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the honorable members who have participated in this short duration discussion have touched on not just issues which are pertaining to this specific newspaper article, but on various other departments as well. Sir, it would not be proper on my part to make any statements pertaining to departments which are not being held by me. So, at the very outset, sir, I would like to state here that I will only be sticking to the relevant or the issue which has been flagged for this short duration discussion, which is about the laborers who are working as the workers who are working as the village laborers in the Village Forest Protection Force under Dainadubi State Forest Reserve, sir. State Forest Range, sir. The suggestions, although are welcome, sir, and these suggestions, I must say, some of them have been very good, sir. Sir, casual workers are normally recruited on daily wage basis, sir. And these are done for work which is needed by the department, which is not full-time in nature.
Okay.
Sir, point of order. Sir, the clarification, because this is a short duration discussion, and I have written very clearly on the explanatory note that has been submitted. It says the matter to be discussed in the House and to elaborate more on the problem faced by the casual employee, contract worker, master role, etc., who works in different departments of the state government, and to discuss more on how the government needs to focus more on their welfare. This is the explanatory note that has been submitted in response to that. So we would like to get a response not only from the Forest Department, but it has to be an elaborate response, because the explanatory note clearly has mentioned that, sir. That is my suggestion.
Sir, as far as my documents here, sir, it is pertaining to the newspaper article which came out on the 17th of December 2020, sir. Is that?
Yeah.
It is. So that newspaper article specifically mentions only about the casual workers, laborers in the Danadubi State Forest Range, sir. Therefore, sir, the matter came to the Forest Department, and that is why I'm standing here to reply to the short duration discussion, sir.
Sir, then I stand corrected. Then where is the wrong lies, I don't know. But based on this, in the explanatory note, in short duration discussion, we used to send the explanatory note to the matter to be discussed also, to elaborate more. So it depends on your honorable disposal, sir. Yeah.
I would like to read out the rule number 50. Notice of rising discussion. Any member desirous of rising discussion on a matter of urgent public importance may give notice in writing to the secretaries which by clearly and precisely the matter to be raised. Provided the notice shall be accompanied by an explanatory note stating reason for raising the discussion on the matter in question, provided further the notice shall be supported by signature of these two other members. But here, in your short duration notice, you have indicated your desire to discuss the CMR to look into the problem faced by casual workers.
Please see that explanatory note, sir, I've given. Yeah, it is there.
So just to bring a bit of explanation and clarity maybe, since there is a bit of confusion in the whole process, so let the Honourable Minister reply. The points that have been mentioned by all the Honourable members, I have also noted them down, and our officials also noted them down. Definitely, sir, we'll examine all the proposals that are given from their side, sir. Otherwise, we'll not be able to come to any conclusion on this. I'm also not prepared right now with all the points to that, but due notes have been made regarding all the suggestions that have been. Because I was right here, sitting here when you were all speaking in this important subject.
All right. Thank you.
So to go back, sir, to the reply to the short duration discussion, sir. Sir, whatever has been mentioned by the Honourable Mover and the other members, we agree to that, sir. These casual workers working in the Forest Department, sir, they have been working for more than past 20 years, sir. And I will not take much time, sir. I will just like to cut to the chase here and would like to mention here, sir, that their concerns are very genuine, sir, I would like to state. And we have, sir, as the Forest Department, received several representations from the members of the force, and this has been in line with redressal for their grievances, including revision of their monthly honorarium, sir. Sir, in the past, considering their valuable service, the department had enhanced their monthly honorarium to rupees 5,000. That was, I think, in the year 2016, sir. So further, sir, the department is in the process of formulating a scheme to be operative exclusively in favor of the members of the above reserved forest, which would cover various aspects such as eligibility, qualification, working hours, leave benefits, etc., sir. Sir, the enhancement of their current honorarium, sir, which is their primary demand, is also being actively considered, sir. So I hope, sir, that satisfies the honorable member, at least from the point of view of the text of the newspaper article that he has attached along with a short duration discussion. Sir, as Honorable Chief Minister has mentioned, the other points, since they do not pertain to my department, the Honorable Chief Minister has already explained, sir, and I hope the honorable member is satisfied with my reply. Thank you, sir.
Would like to thank the Honorable Minister in charge for us for explaining the part which relate with that particular department. But at the same time, as has been assured by the Honorable Chief Minister, we would like to get that response. If not now also, it can be placed on the table of the House on various points that has been raised. We would like to get a response to that.
Be brief, please. Be brief, please, and specific. We discussed at length already.
Sir, may I know from Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Minister Forest, because I've already said in my speech, I've already been brief according to what he said. I think if you note it down, I've already mentioned about the Ashik Indigenous Justice Initiative Forum. So may I know from Honorable Minister, how many casual workers working in this Dhanai Bay State Forest Range in North Kerala, sir?
Be brief, Minister.
Sir, the initial strength of the force was 21, sir, and it has been increased to now 33.
Okay. Now we come to item number 4. This is half an hour discussion. Sri Adilbat Nongrom, MLA, to raise half an hour discussion on the Rule 49(1) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business on matter arising out of the reply to start question number 51, which was taken up on 10th March 2021. Sri Adilbat Nongrom, please. We have many other pending items of the day, so kindly be specific and to the point.
Thank you, sir.
Please move.
Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for allowing me to raise half an hour discussion on the rules, on the Rule 49, one of the rules of procedure and conduct of business on a matter rising out of reply to star question number 31, which was taken up. Oh, sorry. Sorry, sir. May I repeat again? I thank you, sir, for allowing me to raise half an hour discussion on the rules 49, one of the rules of procedure and conduct of business.
You may initiate discussion.
Initiate discussion. I just wanted to know, as per Rule 49.2, whether any supporting signatures by the other members has been done or not.
Already there. So, with respect, without getting supporting signature, I wouldn't be able to propose.
Yeah. It's there.
So, this matter of concern. Sir, I rise to bring this very important issue, since it appeared in the newspaper. So at the beginning, I thank you for allowing me to initiate this half an hour discussion. Through this half an hour discussion, which I'm bringing today because of the news item that appeared in Nong Sain Hima under the caption, Hoy Kandaila Kadega Jaka Bajuwan Kit Yakiba Demet. In English, yes, Kandailat is the pick-up point of sex worker.